It's a time, package from the Netherlands time, because this thing is purchased over here to see what is going on. Oh man, I love to check out those weird clone systems, and I think I found another one. I noticed this complete in box, and when I can find it cheap, oh yeah, we're going to be making a video out of it. So today's video we're going to be doing a little bit of a chit chat about a clone system. If it is going to be an NES system, that is something we're going to be figuring out, because sometimes you never know. This thing was complete in box and I was really intrigued by it, because I love these very strange clone devices. So let's do a little bit of a quick look. So this thing called the family computer from NASA. Yeah, you know, I love these weird things when it comes to that. But are they actually cool? And some of them come even with a very unique multi-game card. So if you're into the multi-game card collecting, you're going to be sometimes having a treat, because some of these devices do have some unique stuff that you can't find elsewhere. So you can actually already see that normally this comes with a light gun like the zapper, 2 controllers and the console itself. I do wonder where they actually where did they sell these things? So this is then the SP72A Best Buy, and you can see that includes free game pack. And when it comes to this, I find it interesting simply because everything is in English. So the question remains, where was this actually marketed for? Is this something they sold in the US? Let me know. But let's do a quick unboxing, and I just want to do it together with you. And oh no, styrofoam nightmare. Oh man, I hate styrofoam. Seriously, particularly with that old stuff. Because sometimes you're going to be finding it everywhere, like it's freaking annoying. Oh, and this thing is in very nice complete condition. So let's see, that puts you in the control of incredible fun. Owner's manual, okay, new family, hey, arcade turbo stick, ah, that's nice, okay. Set up your computer of components, check your TV settings. Man, this is some really old school stuff. Make me wonder, like, how can we actually connect this freaking thing? Oh man, I hope we're going to be having AV out and not like only a rev out. So let's check out, let's do a little bit of an overview, and there is nothing much actually that we don't know. Returning to your TV program viewing, so this is really old. But let's check out, this is the system itself. It's a combination of a Super NES called also Supercom. The Entertainment Computer System 72, and they even ripped off the logo. The seal called Super Video Game Seal of Quality. Oh man, so on and off eject is actually an eject in here. Oh yeah, there is actually an eject in here. You cannot really see it. At the front, 2 controller ports. And at the bottom we're finding the SP72, and we do need a 10 volt. So one of the things we're going to be checking out is more like, is there a freaking like power supply with this? So this thing does actually has a very nice looking cartridge. Ooh, the Contra 100 Super Multi-Game high quality. And see, this is what I'm going to be saying. Like, this is, if you're collecting these multi-cards, this is kind of cool, because this is actually unique to this device. Never personally never seen this cartridge before. The controller quality, okay, it's interesting, because it also has like a very interesting configuration of buttons, but we do have AB and turbo. So let's see what we do having over here more. Okay, 2 controllers, and then we're having the zapper. Okay, the overall quality is quite decent, okay. The hole is too big for actually the cable that goes into it, but okay, doesn't matter. So there is no power supply, so we're going to be needing to figure something out. Yeah, figuring out in a way that we're going to be finding a universal, and I think I'm going to be using the at least 9 volt, hoping to boot it up. So we do have like a normal AV out. There's no cable again for the AV out, but I have one laying around. Oh boy, we're going to be collecting all kinds of stuff from my storage. But the unfortunate part is that we do have a problem with not the power supply, because I'm actually going to be using a good working power supply, but there's something wrong in this freaking old bloody thing. So the only thing we can do is just open it up and see if we can actually see if something is going on, and we can fix it. Okay, so I've removed the screws. Let's open it up. Let's see what's going on the inside, because man, this thing is really filthy when it comes to that. And let's see if there's something wrong with the capacitor. So product wise, it's quite interesting when it comes to that. You can actually see that, yeah, this thing has never been cleaned or opened up. There's even some weird things going on. But yeah, I think it's just maybe a general problem with the capacitor. But at this point, If you're going to be looking into everything, I don't see a broken capacitor or whatsoever. So it's kind of interesting and weird at the same time. Why does this thing freaking boot up? Because it should have. There's no reason why it shouldn't boot up. Okay, so the LED is actually like turned on again. And that is kind of weird, you know. I see now it start blinking again. Let's plug in a game. And let's turn on the... Yeah, see, you can see it struggles big time now. Yeah, now it starts fading out. So somehow it doesn't hold up the power when it comes to that. So that's quite unfortunate. Let's plug in the cable itself. I do get a signal out now, but... But when I was actually looking into the pins, you can see that some of them have been bent to the inside. I think particular this one over here and there. And maybe this is the reason why it's just doing these weird things. That there's just actually, or they are just broken off on the inside, or there's actually something going on. So yeah, fixing this is going to be a different story. So this is nothing to do with the power supply or the PCB, but this is something to do with the pin connector. And the previous owner, we can say that they just scammed me with this. They knew there was something wrong. There was no power there, or there wasn't any cabling, so they just sold me a broken, shitty product. But in the end, yeah, this is one of the risks you're having when buying these old, crappy products. I'm not going to be throwing it away. We do actually have a lot of cool things like a light gun and some decent controllers. But hey, I got myself this 8-bit HD video game thing. It also has an AV out, so we're going to be using that. And what we're going to be doing is plugging in the multi-game card. Let's see what's going on with this. And does this thing even work? Because maybe this is also broken. You never know with these things. I love this label. So where the console doesn't work, let's test out the controller and the multi-card. And the multi-card is maybe one of the interesting multi-cards I've seen for the NES with an Contra 101 special intro. Okay, that's kind of cool when it comes to that. So here comes the massive list. So we do have a selection of A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that is interesting. Never seen that before. And I'm guessing I need to choose here. So, okay, Pompo. So, can you think about it? They were like selling this. Duck Shoot, Bomberman 1, Formula 1 Race, or something like that. That's very strange. Fancy Brothers, Urban Champ. But can we go back by pressing B? Or, yep, we can actually do that. But the question remains, yeah, do we have like same kind of games? Bomberman 2, Galaza. But let's say, do we have also the Pac-Man game on this list? No, not really. So there is some differences. Yeah, Pac-Man 2. So there are not like a lot of like games. There's the same shenanigans that we had like with all kinds of multi-cards. Yeah, I'm guessing this XO, maybe this is like a hacked version. Because I remember that the old, let's say, multi-game cards had like an infinite life stuff like that on there. But no, not at all. So let's boot it up and let's see what's going on with the multi-card itself. The Nilt Gunman Duck Shoot. I'm guessing that is going to be the other stuff. But let's play pinball. Let's see if we can actually do something. Or does it just freaking freeze when it comes to... Yeah, it froze. Oh man, seriously? That is really bad. Can we also skip the intro? But every single time I want to boot up a game, it doesn't do anything. Okay, everything fixed. We booted up the game. What is also interesting, pressing reset, it doesn't go back to the main, let's say, menu. It's just going to be resetting the game. We have a shitload of interference. Okay. Is there a way we can just slowly let it go? No? No, that seems to be not going on. But let's power it on. And let's see if we can boot up Bomberman or some other stuff, because that was interesting. And this has like a music. Okay. Let's choose a Bomberman. Ah, now we can finally. So there was actually something wrong with the freaking controller. Oh, the signal output of this thing is really horrible. Why are my blasts like massive? So this is absolutely like some hacked version. Yeah. This is some weird easy mode. And this is what I mean, you know, those weird games they completely modified. Get out of the way! So we're going to be resetting it. We're going to set into the game. That's interesting. It's quite unfortunate we couldn't test out the original console because some of these older systems are not super bad. Because this signal output is freaking horrible. Is it me or can I not get another power up? So let's move into some old school gaming. Oh, that sound effect! I don't know if it's supposed to be sounding like that, but... Oh! Oh, what an annoying sound this is. Oh, my ears! What kind of sound is that? Okay, so let's see if we can actually play this game too. But, okay, it was working, but now it isn't. Hey! It did something. Cool. Let's see, okay. Hey! This freaking thing is almost unable to put in the console itself, but and also barely works. But I can manage to play this game. Okay, so playing some Duck Hunt, there's actually something wrong. I was thinking there's something wrong with this thing, but for me it's like my aim. There we go. Wait, it just starts shooting out of zone. The conclusion is that I got scammed when it comes to the quality of the product. Yeah, it's kind of cool that it comes complete with the manual and the box is in okay condition, as you can see over here. However, if you're going to be looking at the complete set, missing adapter, missing AV cable, and we know now why, because this freaking thing had some broken pins in the inside. We did manage to get myself the multi-card tested, and I must say that I'm quite surprised by the quality of the menu. This is something new, you know, this is something we didn't see many times before. So I think for collectible value, having this multi-card is kind of cool. the light gun is junk, the same goes for the controls, they are okay. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and consider subscribing, hit the little bell. And if you're seeing these action sets, double check and make sure they are like working order, because this is going to be a huge risk if you're paying a lot of money for it. It would be great to see you in the next video.